Let's go, champ. It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon Briggs, and you're watching True School Sports. Let's go, champ.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, a lot of people are complaining that we didn't get certain fights in boxing, and they're saying that nothing's going on in boxing, and that's not true. There's plenty of things going on in boxing. You just have to be looking for it. You got to look for the positives, you know. There are some good fights remaining this year. You know, we got Sonny Edwards versus Felix Alvarado this weekend. We got, you know, Adam Azim taking on Ryan Charlton. We got John Ryder versus Zach Parker. We got Regis Prograis versus Jose Zepeda. Charlatito versus Estrada 3. So there's good fights in boxing, but apart from those matchups, the more high-profile matchups, there's one fight that I think people haven't talked a whole lot about that I kind of wanted to give my 2 cents on it and bring it to your guys' attention. Now, y'all can say the date, December the 2nd. You're going to have a really good fight on ProBox TV, ProBox Promotions. Shout out to the fine folks at ProBox Promotions, Gary Jonas, my main man, 50 grand, Chris Glover. You know, they're doing a great job. They're putting on great matchups. They have really been, to me, one of the biggest bright spots in boxing this year. And shout out to my boy Daniel Rubin as well. You know, another good friend there at ProBox. We got a good fight going on ProBox, and it's not just a good fight; it's a significant fight in the cruiserweight division. Now, you're gonna have the number 10 contender, Brandon Bulletproof Glanton. You know, a guy that is just a beast. I mean, you look at it, you look at his frame, you look at the way he fights. The guy is just a beast. He can punch. He's big. He's strong. Picked up boxing later on in his life, but a guy that I think is growing exponentially, and he's sparring top fighters like Hot Rod and guys like that. You know, he's just a really exciting young fighter to watch out for, right? So you got him. He's the number 10 ranked contender. He'll be taking on the number 6 ranked contender, and none other than New Zealand's very own David Light. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know a ton about David Light, but I know enough about David Light to know that he is more than a good, capable fighter. Now, I didn't watch the fight, and I didn't go to this fight because it was right here in my backyard. David Light fought right here in my backyard here in Hialeah, Florida. It was May 7th, which was the same day as Canelo versus Bivol, so I didn't go anywhere. I stayed my ass at home when I watched Canelo versus Bivol, but he fought someone I know pretty well in Anthony White Chocolate Martinez, a local fighter who took a loss early in his career, but had been building himself back up, and you know, talented fighter, tall, lanky kid, athletic. He fought him, came all the way from New Zealand to Hialeah to fight Anthony White Chocolate Martinez and beat the brakes off of him. Stopped him in the first round. It was a devastating knockout. It's actually probably one of the most devastating knockouts of the whole year. So, you know, that's probably the one win on his resume that when I took a quick look at his resume, at the CV of David Light, that's what really stuck out was the Anthony Martinez win. And, you know, he beat Trent Broadhurst, who Dimitri Bivol fought years ago when he was early in his career. So those are the two names I know. He beat Anthony Martinez and Trent Broadhurst. And I haven't watched a whole lot of film on him, but he seemed from that one fight I watched, he seems very well schooled, and just knows how to fight. And I think Brandon Glanton, he was promised a fight against Lawrence Okolie. I do know that like they were trying to make a fight happen, and you know, after he beat his last opponent, Mario Aguilar on ProBox, he got on the phone and they said he was fighting Okolie next, but then it turns out he's not fighting Okolie next. So I don't know what happened with that, but in the meantime, this is a good fight, and I think it's a good test for both men. Now, David Light, he's slightly taller than Brandon Glanton. He's 6'1" with a, what is it? Well, he's pushing a what? You know, I don't know what his reach is, but he's 6'1.5". Brandon Glanton's 5'11", so he has a slight height advantage. I don't think he wants to go on there and trade with Brandon Glanton early in the fight because Brandon Glanton is very, very strong. But you know, it should be a really good fight. It's one that I think, you know, Brandon Glanton can't overlook. Brandon Glanton and David Light, I feel like they both overcame things in their career. Brandon Glanton had that fight, that war that put him on the map. He fought the Nigerian Apache back in 2021. down there in the Armory in Minnesota. And fight of the year candidate, close fight, you know, back and forth action. He won that fight. Apache was supposed to be a hyped up prospect by PBC. He won, all right. And then Brandon didn't fight for like almost a year, which wasn't fair to him. But he's been picking up wins. He's had 3 fights in 2022. This would be his 4th against David Light. And yeah, as far as David Light's concerned, you know, David Light's a guy who, from what I've researched about him, you know, a little bit, you know, it was a good amateur out there in New Zealand, and has progressed through the ranks, and he's actually been able to win fights. He won a fight on the road as the B-side against Anthony White Chocolate Martinez. So this is a good fight, and I would not be the least bit surprised if the winner of this fight winds up being Lawrence Okolie's next opponent for a world title shot at cruiserweight, because they're both very highly ranked. If you take a quick look at the landscape of the WBO rankings, I mean, Badu Jack is number 1, but he just had a really close fight with that dude Popeye. So I mean, I don't think anybody wants to see that fight. Chris Billam-Smith, I don't think he's fighting Okolie because they're stable mates. They're both with Shane McGuigan, so that's not gonna happen. Maybe Sergey Kovalev, but Kovalev hasn't fought since this fight with Tervel Pulev, so I don't know how that's going to be going. Glavaki's ranked number 4. He knocked out Glavaki already, right? Marius Briedis, he's number 5. I'm not so sure what his condition is after that grueling fight with J.O. Pataya, but I don't know. You know, I don't think that fight will come off. So then you got, you know, David Light at number 6, Michael Cheslock, who Okolie already beat. Then you got Dorticos, who's like kind of just laying in the weeds. And then you got some guy whose name I can't even pronounce, Armand something. And then Brandon Glanton. So this might actually wind up by default just because of how the rankings are. This could be maybe an eliminator fight. They haven't ruled it a final eliminator, but I wouldn't be surprised if the WBO winds up ruling this fight a final eliminator. And maybe Lawrence Okolie winds up fighting the winner of this fight. So if you like the cruiserweight division, this is a fight you're going to want to tune into. It'll be on the ProBox TV app. You can download it on your phone or your computer. It's $1.99 a month. They're giving you great world-class boxing content in fights. So I really feel like every boxing fan, any and every boxing fan should have this app because it's just consistently good cards. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.